Good morning, everyone. Students, after discussing the capital market in the previous class, today we are starting our next topic, that is stock exchange. Well, if we talk about the stock exchange, its simple meaning stock exchange is a place where we are buying and selling the different kind of securities. Okay, means we are purchasing and selling different kind of shares, debentures, and other securities. Fine. So here the securities contract and regulation act defines a stock exchange, means this institution has given the definition. Stock exchange is an organization or body of individuals, whether incorporated or not, established for, this stock exchange has been established for the purpose of assisting, regulating, and controlling of business, right? It is giving the guidance, controlling, and assisting the business. Which business? Which is buying, selling, and dealing in securities. Okay, I hope the meaning of stock exchange is clear. It's an institution, established or not established, where this institution is assisting, guiding, and controlling the business of buying and selling of the securities. All right. Now we will discuss about the functions of stock exchange, or we call it a secondary market also. We have discussed in the previous class. So the functions. First function is economic barometer. Barometer is an instrument which measures something. Fine. So this is stock exchange is a kind of barometer which does the measurement of its economic growth. So stock exchange is a reliable barometer to measure the economic condition of a country. Students, the prices of the share that tells about the market condition. Every major change in country and economy is reflected in the prices of share. The rise or fall in the share price indicates the boom and recession period. When the boom period is there, so prices of the shares increases, and in the recession the prices of the shares falls. Okay, so stock exchange is also known as a pulse of economy or economic mirror, which reflects the economic condition of a country. Understood, students? Well, we can come to know through the shares. You might have seen when some economic or political problem comes, right? So directly it affects the share market, and share of almost all the companies falls. Okay, the prices of the shares falls, and if something good happens, right, the positive effect comes, positive reflection we can see, then the boom period comes, means the prices of the shares increases in the market. Next one is your next function of stock exchange is pricing of securities. How the prices has been decided of that? Okay, that is done also by this stock exchange. It's telling the stock market helps to value the security on the basis of demand and supply factor. Well, in economics you have learned it very nicely that the prices are decided on these two factors, right? That is based on these two factors, demand and supply, where your demand and supply intersect each other, so we decide the price at that place. So the same thing happens here. The securities of profitable and growth oriented companies are valued higher as there is more demand for such security. Understood, students? Securities of profitable institution, the companies which are in profit, so their the value of their share is measured as more, because that is in more demand. Everyone wants that we should buy the share which is giving us more profit, more dividend it is given, it's giving us in return, or the value of the share is also increasing. Now the valuation of security is useful for investors, government, and creditors. Of course it's very useful for everyone if the stock exchange is doing the valuation of the securities. Now the investors can know the value of their investment, and creditors can value the credit worthiness, and government can impose taxes of the value of security. So all these parties, creditors, investors, and the government, they have the different benefits, right? So it's good that this stock exchange is pricing their securities. Next function which is performed by the stock exchange is safety of transactions. Well, the transactions which are done by the investors, that is kept safely by the stock exchange. It's telling in stock market only the listed securities are traded, and stock exchange authorities include the company's names in the trade list only after verifying the soundness of the company. Students, we have studied earlier that before issuing the shares and all, we have to list our companies on the stock exchange. So stock exchange is dealing in the listed companies securities only, right? The companies which are not listed on the stock exchange, of course they don't deal in that. All right, so it lists the company after verifying the soundness of the company, how the performance of the company is there, how much capital is there, how much worth of the company is there. All right, so it takes care of all the factors and then it registers it. Further, it's telling the company which are listed, they also have to operate within the strict rule and regulations. This ensures safety of dealing through stock exchange. Well, another important point, when they list these companies, so these companies, all the transactions, okay, all the operations will be done by the stock exchange, and proper rule regulations they have to follow. So when it is following all the rule regulations strictly, so the dealings are quite safe. There is no problem regarding the safety of the transactions. Fine. Next function is contributes to economic growth. Of course, the stock exchange, which is doing very important work, it is providing a platform to the different companies to sell out and purchase their share, right? So it is contributing in the growth of the economy. So in stock exchange, securities of various companies are bought and sold. This process of disinvestment and reinvestment, okay, disinvestment and reinvestment helps to invest in most productive investment proposal, and this leads to capital formation and economic growth. This is sale and purchase. All right, so that way the stock exchange helps in the economic growth. Next is spreading of equity cult. Well, it is it is encouraging the people to buy more equity. So stock exchange encourages people to invest in ownership securities by regulating new issues, better trading practices, and by educating public about the investment. Okay, so spreading of equity cult means kind of it is promoting the equity in the market, right? And it is encouraging the people to buy more and more equity. All right, so it is encouraging the people kind of thing for the equity, simply we can say. Means we are motivating, telling the benefits of this, because this is honest one and company has a lot of benefits of that. Next function which is performed by the stock exchange is providing scope for speculation. Well, to ensure liquidity and demand of supply of securities, the stock exchange permits healthy speculation of security. See, to ensure liquidity, there should be proper liquidity, means the flow should be there, the flow of cash should be there, right? So this is also provided by the stock exchange and provide scope for speculation. The fair speculation should be there, right? Next is liquidity. Now the main function of the stock market is to provide ready market for the sale and purchase of securities. Means whenever you want to have money, you have invested suppose heavy amount in the shares and debenture, so you invest it on this guarantee that whenever you want your money back, so immediately or within no time you can get your money back. So this is called liquidity here. Means liquidity means how soon you can convert your securities into cash. So that's the duty of the stock exchange, to keep the liquidity of these securities properly, and whenever you want your securities converted into cash, so very soon this work is done by the stock exchange. So I'm reading it for you. So the presence of stock exchange market gives assurance to investors that their investment can be converted into cash whenever they want. The investors can invest in long-term investment projects without any hesitation, as because of stock exchange they can convert long-term investment into short-term and medium-term, right? So whenever they want to convert it from the long-term to the medium one, so they can do that. Next is better allocation of capital. Next function. Now the shares of profit-making companies are quoted at higher prices and are actively traded, so such companies can easily raise fresh capital from stock market. It's telling that shares of profit making organization, the companies which are earning profit continuously. Okay, so their shares are in demand, right? And the company's reputation is quite good, they have a nice goodwill in the market. So whenever these kind of companies are they want to issue the fresh shares, so easily they can issue the shares because their shares are in demand, because these are giving the profit in the market, means proper dividend it is declaring on its share, so everyone is ready to buy their share. Okay, so the general public hesitates to invest in securities of loss making companies, so stock exchange facilitates allocation of investors fund to profitable channels, right students? I hope it's clear. Everyone get hesitates to invest their share in those companies which are not giving profit, means losses are there, right? So this is providing the proper platform and gives the proper information to the investor that which companies are giving profits and which are not giving. Next one is promotes the habits of saving and investment. Of course, this teaches the people, right? And it is giving a sort of encouragement to the people by providing proper information. And the people, they are of course earning a lot from these. And it is improving the habit of the people to save money and to invest in the market. So the stock market offers attractive opportunities of investments in various securities. These attractive opportunities encourage people to save more and invest in securities of corporate sector rather than investing in unproductive assets such as gold, silver, etc. Right students? Because it is providing so many good things to the investors. It is keeping the safety and security of the transaction, providing right information and giving the up to date information, so investors can invest in the proper securities. Okay, so it wants that investors should invest in the productive places, like where they can increase the funds, increase their worth, rather than investing in such security not securities, such places where they are not generating more profits like gold and silver. Okay, so these were the functions of stock exchange students. Fine. Now we will see the procedure. Now we have listened a lot about the stock exchange. This is dealing in the shares, debentures, securities. It's selling and purchasing. But in fact, how does this work? Okay, so trading procedure on a stock exchange. Well, once you have decided, students, it's very simple. Your parents must be knowing about all these things. You can talk to them. If you have a mutual funds, so they will have the demat account, and if they are dealing in shares and all, they have the shares of certain company, so definitely they will have the demat account, right? So they can also tell you, but you should listen carefully. So trading procedures on a stock exchange. If you have decided to buy the share of some company, simple. Okay, if you want to buy the share of some company, so you have to go through the same process which I'm going to teach you. Okay, so what you have to do, trading procedure. So before selling the securities through stock exchange, the companies have to get their securities listed in the stock exchange. This is on behalf of the companies they are telling. If companies want that they want to sell and purchase the share through the stock exchange, then they have to get themselves registered over there, right? They have to get them listed over the stock exchange. The name of the company is included in listed securities only when stock exchange authorizes are satisfied with the financial soundness and other aspects of the company. Understood students? If company has decided to get itself listed, so here the work is not over. Stock exchange should also be satisfied in all the aspects, that the financial condition of the company, the soundness of the company, only then it registers. Fine. So previously the buying and selling of securities was done in trading floor of stock exchange. Today it is executed through computer, and it involves the following step. Once there was a time when practically you can say like physical market, so they used to go to the stock exchange and then they were purchasing and selling over there. Okay, but these days you don't have to go anywhere. Stock exchanges are at the different places and very far away from here, but we can purchase and sell the share from your home only on one click. That is possible through the internet and all. Okay, so most of like we are doing these transactions this way only. Okay, So it is executed through computer and it involves the following steps. So how to do that? Following steps has been involved in that. The first one is selection of broker. Well, students, as you are doing online shopping, so you have to select a site first. I mean, uh, you know, whether you want to purchase from Amazon or from that is, what is that, Flipkart and all. Okay, so this way you have to select a media, right? Means seller. In fact, seller will be given inside, but you have to select one channel. Okay, so in the same way you have to select a broker. So many brokers are available in the market. These can be the individuals, and these days these are not individual. In fact, they have made their own firms and companies they have established, right? So many names will be available, like Motilal and Sons company, kind of Karvi, so and so. Okay, so the buying and selling of securities can only be done through SEBI registered brokers who are members of the stock exchange. Students, these brokers, they also have to get themselves registered with the Security Exchange Board of India, right? So only registered brokers can deal in the securities. Fine, we can approach the registered brokers only. The broker can be an individual, partnership firm, or corporate bodies. Is that clear, students? The broker can be individual, any person can deal in that. And these days most of the things are, these people, they have made their firm. So many people, they get together and they have established their firm, and certain other corporate bodies can be there. Okay, so the first step is to select a broker who will buy and sell securities on behalf of the investors or speculator. Means you, if you want to purchase the share, so you have to select your broker and they will be selling and purchasing on behalf of you. Okay, now before placing order to registered broker or investor has to provide other details and information. When you have selected your broker, so you have to perform certain formalities. Okay, and they need certain information from you. So you have to furnish the information, like you have to provide your PAN number, date of birth and address, educational qualification and occupation you have to submit. Residential status means, are you a non-resident Indian or ordinary resident, right? So what is your status? Okay, bank account details you have to give, a depository accounts detail you have to give, name of any other broker with whom you have registered, that you have to provide, client code number in client registration form that you have to provide. Fine, so after asking this information, broker opens a trading account in the name of the investor. So on your name, right, whatever the name you have, so on your name, because you want to do the trading. Okay, you want to purchase and sell the share and debentures of certain company. Fine, so it will open it on your name. So this first one was the selection of broker and you have provided the information. Second one is opening demat account with depository. Depository is a person with whom you will be dealing. Okay, let's discuss in detail. Demat is a short form of dematerialized account. All right, students, till now maybe you were not knowing demat account is a short form, and generally we use this term only, demat account open karna hai. So demat is what? Dematerialized account, and most of the people, they are unaware of this term, so you must remember. Dematerialized account or beneficial owner account refers to an account which an Indian citizen must open with the depository participant. डिपॉजिटरी पार्टिसिपेंट होता है आपका बैंक और स्टॉक ब्रोकर्स. जो हमारे ब्रोकर्स हैं या बैंक के थ्रू आप जो डील करते हैं, वो आपके डिपॉजिटरी पार्टिसिपेंट्स है, मीन्स मीडिएटर्स हैं ये. ओके, मीडिएटर्स को आप बोलते हैं डिपॉजिटरी पार्टिसिपेंट्स. टू ट्रेड इन लिस्टेड सिक्योरिटीज इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म. सेकेंड स्टेप इन ट्रेडिंग प्रोसीजर इज टू ओपन अ डीमेट अकाउंट. Is that clear, students? Now what you are doing, you want to open your demat account. Demat account का full form क्या है? Dematerialized account, right? And you have to select your depository participants, means banks or stock brokers, right, to trade in listed securities. Okay, now the securities are held in the electronic form. Students, earlier when the system was not available and physically you were going purchasing and selling, then physically we were getting the certificates and we were keeping with us. Okay, now these days whatever the number of share you are purchasing, that is kept in your demat account. So your demat account is containing all these things, you know, the number of share which you have purchased of A limited, B limited, C limited, and if you are selling, so everything they are containing in the demat account. Now the securities are held in electronic form by a depository. Okay, depository is an institution or an organization which holds security. Securities क्या चीज़ें हैं? Shares, debentures, bonds, mutual funds, etc. At present in India, there are two depositories, NSDL, this is called National Securities Depository Limited, and CDSL means Central Depository Services Limited. Okay, there is no direct contact between depository and investor. Okay students, these are the depositories. Two depositories are there, NSDL and CDSL, and there is no direct contact between these depositories and investors. Means we are the investor, you are the investor, you and these depositories, हमारा आपस में contact नहीं है. We are in touch of who? We are in touch of depository participants, means your broker, right? They are performing the work of a mediator. Your depositories are in touch of those one, and investors are also in touch of those one. Here they have drawn a chart. So investors, this is depository participant, and this is the depository. Okay, now we can see depository participants will maintain securities account balance of investor and intimate investor about the status of their holding from time to time. All right, so we are purchasing everything with the help of this. They are the mediator, so they are informing us time to time. Means you have this much shares, we have sold this much, we have purchased this much according to your, as per your instructions. Okay, next step is placing the order. Well, now you have selected the broker, you got your demat account open, fine. Now you place an order. Now the things are ready. Okay, you are ready to purchase and sell. So first you place the order. आप sale तो तब करेंगे ना, पहले purchase करेंगे. Okay, so after opening the demat account, the investor can place the order, right? You just order your broker that purchase these this much share of that company. So the order can be placed to the broker personally or through phone, email, etc. These days this is the, you know, electronic systems are going on through the internet, the things are there, so you can inform them through your phone or email. Okay, they are the listed brokers and they do the transaction on your behalf. Okay, you have selected them as your broker, so you don't have to do anything. You just inform them that purchase this much for me, so they will purchase, and you give them instruction that sell out the security, right? So they will sell out, and they also contact you. So investors must place the order very clearly, specifying the range of price at which securities can be bought or sold. Okay, so you give them very specific order that purchase, for example, they have taken purchase the share of Reliance company if the prices are below 500, right? So the instructions are clear. If the prices gets down, it is under 500 rupees, then you can purchase. Now next one is match the share and best price. Now you have given the instruction. Okay, you have placed the order. Now they will execute the order. They will think accordingly. Is the market according to your requirement? The shares of Reliance company are coming under 500. If this comes, so they purchase it for you. So it's telling match the share and best price. The broker will then go online and connect to the main stock exchange and match the share and best price available, right students? Now they will be working as per your instructions and they will try to match the prices. Next is executing order. If they find it, they execute it. They found that the prices of the Reliance company is under 500 rupees, so they purchase it for you. That means they execute the orders. So when the shares can be bought or sold at the price mentioned, it will be communicated to the broker terminal and the order will be executed electronically. The broker will issue a trade confirmation slip to the investor, right students? As I've told you, if the prices comes under 500, they purchase and they intimate you. They intimate the investors and they generate one confirmation slip also that comes to the investor. So issue of contract note It's telling after the trade has been executed within 24 hours, the broker issue a contract note. This note contains the details of number of share bought or sold, the price, the date, time of deal and brokerage charges. So issue of contract note they issue within 24 hours. It is containing all the details of the transaction which is done by the broker on your behalf. Okay. So this is an important legal document as it helps to settle disputes, claims between investor and brokers. So this is one of the thing which can be furnished as a legal document. If any dispute arises ki I didn't say this much and so, so this is quite helpful in that situation. A unique order code number is assigned to each transaction by the stock exchange and is printed on the contract note which is provided to you. Each transaction is having one number, so that is generated on the slip. Next one is delivery of share and making payment. Well, here now the investor has to deliver the share sold or pay cash for the shares bought. Okay, now the shares which are purchased by the investor, they have to pay the amount. आपने परचेज किया, ऑर्डर प्लेस किया, उन्होंने आपके लिए परचेज किया, नाउ यू हैव टू मेक द पेमेंट. या तो आप पेमेंट करें या विद इन 24 आवर्स यू हैव टू सरेंडर द शेयर. दिस इज इंट्राडे ट्रांजेक्शन, राइट. तो उसके लिए आपको पे नहीं करना होता, उसी दिन आप अपने ब्रोकर को इंस्ट्रक्शन दे सकते हैं. इंट्राडे यानी कि उसी दिन आप बेच देते हैं उसको. ओके, आइदर इट इज ऑन द प्रॉफिट और लॉस. Either you make the payment, so these shares can be held in your account for a long time of the purpose, and you can keep these shares for a period whichever is decided by you as long as you want. And if you don't make the payments, so they have to sell it out. So delivery of share and making payment. Fine. The investor has to deliver the share sold or pay cash for the shares bought. या तो आप पेमेंट कर दें या शेयर्स को बेच दें. This should be done immediately after receiving the contract note or before the day when the broker shall make payment or delivery of share to the exchange. This is called pay in day. All right. Next is settlement cycle. Cash is paid or securities are delivered on pay in day, which is before T+2. T+2 means transactions day and 2 day extra they provide you. Fine. So as the settlement cycle T+2 days on with effect April 2003, this system has been started. Rolling settlement basis, for example, if transaction has taken place on Monday, then payment must be given before Wednesday. Well, I have told you that within 24 hours they have to do. So they have done the amendments. Note within 24 hours. Suppose today you have done the transaction. Okay, you have purchased the share. So you have 2 days grace period. So either make the payment within 2 days because you have purchased, you want to keep the shares with you for a long time of the period. So if you make the payment within 2 days, so the shares will be in your demat account. And if you don't want to keep these shares, so within 2 days you will check the prices are up and down, fluctuations are there. So if the prices are rising, you give the instruction to your broker ki when the prices increases slightly, right, so just sell them out, so you will have a profit. So without paying you have sold the share. So these transactions are called intraday transactions. Fine. So this way this work. So settlement cycle. Fine. Now on the T+2 day, the stock exchange will deliver the share or make payment to the other broker. This is called payout day. The broker then has to make payment to investor within 24 hours of the payout day since he has already received payment from the exchange. That's the same story which I have explained. Okay. Now the broker can make delivery of share in demat from directly to the investor's demat account. The investor has to give details of his demat account and instruct his depository participant to take delivery of securities directly in his beneficial owner's account. Fine. So broker can make delivery of share in demat account directly to the investor's demat account. When you have purchased, so this will come in your demat account. I hope it is clear, students. So here the last transaction in the simple way I have cleared you. So this was the trading procedure on a stock exchange. Whenever in future you plan to buy some shares, you want to keep some shares and debentures of any company, so you have to come across the same process. All right. Now we will study about the dematerialization and depositors. Depositors are the people, I have told you 2 depositors are there, NSDL and CDSL. Fine. And dematerialization means demat account, how this works. Well, all trading in securities is now done through computer terminal. Is that clear, students? All the transactions will be done through the computer terminals. Since all systems are computerized, buying and selling of securities are settled through an electronic book entry form. This is mainly done to eliminate the problem like theft, fake, forged transactions, transfer delay, and paperwork associated with share certificates or debentures held in physical form. These practical problems we were facing earlier because physically we were doing the work. But as I have told you, we are moving to the paperless society, so that's reflection we can see in the stock exchange also, and most of the work is electronically it is done. Fine. And it helps us, it solves many problem like theft, fake, and forged transactions. Forged transfers won't be possible. Fine. Now, what is dematerialization? I have already told this is demat account. So dematerialization is a process where securities held by investors and in physical form are cancelled, and the investor is given an electronic entry or number so that he or she can hold it as an electronic balance in account. So in short, dematerialization refers to holding securities in the electronic form. Well, you can very easily understand. I cite you one example. Students' money, money, once there was a time we were hesitant to go to the bank and we were keeping the money physically, means the pink notes we were keeping in the home, right? Suppose you have 50,000 rupees, so physically you have 50,000 rupees. All right, now if you open your bank account, so you have deposited your 50,000 rupees in the bank and the transaction is shown in your mobile, right? You can have the e-banking and all, and these days we are getting the salary through this system only. We are getting direct in the bank, and we have the electronic banking system, so we are getting the masses. So everything is done electronically. We are making payment electronically. We are receiving the salary electronically. So your parents will be having lakhs and many lakhs of the rupees in their bank account, but physically they don't have lakhs of the rupees at home, but they are safe and secure. They can say that we have this much lakh rupees in our account. Okay, so this is the same thing. Physically you are not keeping the shares and certificates at your home, but this demat account is holding all the shares, securities, and debentures in that. Your demat account shows that I have 100 shares of the Reliance company, 50 shares of this Bata company, so and so. So this way this works. I hope it is clear what is demat account. Now for this, investors has to open a demat account with an organization called depository. I've told you students, depository के यहाँ आप अपना demat account खुलवाते हैं. Now even all initial public offers, IPO, in the previous class we have studied, are issued in dematerialization form, and more than 90% of the turnovers is settled by delivery in demat form. Now if you are purchasing the IPO, so that is also done through the demat account. Security Exchange Board of India, SEBI, has made it mandatory to trade in demat form only for certain selected securities, right? So it is mandatory from the SEBI that it is mandatory to have the demat account if you are dealing in certain securities and all. Now benefits of dematerialization account, students. What are the benefits to have this demat account? This is holding shares in demat form is very convenient, as it is just like a bank account, as I've explained. Second one, these demat securities can even be pledged or mortgaged to get loan. Well, this works like your FD. If you want to have loan from somebody, so you can keep your fixed deposit as a mortgage. Okay, so you have the shares of 5 lakh rupees shares you have of the Reliance company, and now if you want loan from somebody, so you can keep this securities as a mortgage with that person, right? So the demat securities can be kept as a pledged also, means mortgage. There is no danger of loss, theft, or forgery of share certificates, as we have discussed previously. Okay, the demat account is quite safe. Now reduces paperwork. It is broker's responsibility to credit the correct number of shares in the investor's account. Now this is your broker's responsibility to keep everything up to date and take care of the safety and security of your account. Now securities of different companies can be held in a single demat account. Well, if you have purchased the different shares of the different company, you are dealing with 10 companies at a time, so all these 10 companies shares can be kept in one demat account. Fine. So these were the benefits of dematerialization or demat account. Now we will talk about the working of demat system. Students, working of demat system, how is it working? Before opening a demat account with depositories, the investors has to select a DP, means depository participant, means the mediator, your broker you have to select. Okay, working of demat system की demat system कैसे काम करता है? तो first you have to select your depository participant, means broker you have to select. Then filing of an account opening form along with PAN card details, photograph, etc. means the formalities which we have to do. Working of demat system, आपको demat account खुलवाना है तो which formalities you have to do? Select the broker, fulfill the formalities. Then physical share certificates to be given to DP along with a request form for dematerialization. DP is your depository participants. Fine. Physical share certificates to be given to this person along with request form for dematerialization. Demat के लिए आपको share certificates, if you have already, then you have to furnish. If shares are applied in IPO, then simple details of demat account and DP to be given allotted would automatically be credited to demat account. Shares are applied for IPO, then simple details of demat account you have to provide to your depository participant. Demat account and DP to be given allotment would automatically be credited to demat account. IPO के लिए if you are trying, so the company where you are applying, so you have to give the details of your broker, okay, and your demat account. So if the shares will be allotted to you, as we will study in accountancy, okay, so if the shares will be allotted to you, so automatically they will credit in your demat account. Fine, they will keep in your demat account. Next, if shares are to be sold through broker, the DP must be instructed to debit the account with the number of shares sold. Okay, so everything, whatever the transactions we are doing, either sale and purchase, that will be done through the demat account. So if these are sold by the broker, so demat account will be applied. The broker then gives instructions to his depository participants for delivery of the shares to the stock exchange. The broker then receives the payment and pays the person for the shares sold. All these transactions are to be completed within 2 days. Delivery of shares, payment received from buyers as settlement period, so and so we have discussed, right? So working of the demat system means whatever you are doing, either any kind of purchase system is there, purchase process is there, sales process is there, or you are applying for IPO or any other thing, so that will be done through your depository, this demat system, demat account and your depository participants. All right, well, I think it is sufficient for today. So keep learning on the daily basis, students, otherwise this will be problem for you to learn together. Fine, so keep learning and complete your written work, write in time and post it on the WhatsApp timely. Thank you.